Hey guys, I'm Colwyn back with another Transformers video. Today I've got Transformers Legacy United Cyberverse Universe WindBlade. And before you ask, yes, I did go out and pick up another Iguanagus for $5. I will be looking forward to doing a head swap and a paint job on this guy and have a pair of cool little Cybertronian motorcycle dudes to mess around with. But getting back onto WindBlade herself. So, I have the original Generations one where everyone voted to make her. I have the RID one. I have this one. Unfortunately, I do not have the Headmaster one. Maybe I'll pick one up. I would like to get one, but it's like $50 for that one. It's ridiculous. I got this at my local Walmart for $25, which is, kind of annoying for Transformers anymore, but that's what they're going for. That's what they're priced at. So, we still have the open front box. Fortunately, her head did not get stolen. Everything's nice and tightly wrapped down there. There's probably her sword is stored behind the cardboard. We got this cool... She looks drastically different from our other versions. They're much more bulked out in the front, and it seems like they closed up the leg gap very nicely. But when we bring in the other ones, we'll be able to see a good comparison side to side. We got some good artwork / cross cells over there. We've got some nice artwork of WindBlade herself. Will her, oh, I'm already disappointed. There's no hairband thing to take out, is there? No, it's just, oh, wait. I think I'm missing a hairband. I didn't even notice that. Oh my goodness, somebody stole my hairband. Maybe it's put away in the back. I hope it is, actually. Let me go ahead and get her out of the box. Okay, so I've got Cyberverse Universe WindBlade out of the box here, and I'm liking it. It's a good figure. It's got solid, clean lines. Yes, she's got a big, chunky backpack going on there. She's got no sheath for her sword. It's a different style to the character. Let me go ahead and bring in my Film Noir Spider-Man. Let's bring in Soda Can. I've got Scourge, and I've got Hubcap, and we'll bring in the War for Cybertron car guys. Let me stand Zombie Guy straight up. He can't get erect. He is that intimidated by her feminine aura. And let's go ahead and bring in the other ones I have. So we've got the 2015 or 16 vote to make a figure. That she started the whole WindBlade fan thing going on. We have the Transformers RID WindBlade, and I've got the more recent Legacy Cyberverse WindBlade. And you can see how they've changed a lot over the years with just the same character, but like similar designs. We've got the slender, skinny one, we got the slightly bulkier one, and then like, I don't know how to call this one bulky, but it's like a whole other kind of bulky. Yeah, I don't have a Titans Return one yet, but when I do, we will go ahead and do this again for all 4 of those. So, continuing on with Cyberverse WindBlade herself, it's a good-looking fembot. Like, it's not a pronounced chest, but the shape is there. She's got the slender waist, which is nice. She's got some big old bulky legs, but that's part of her transformation. I'm still digging the whole Asian geisha thing going on here. That's a very nice version of the head sculpt right there. Let me go ahead and bring in the original real quick, and we'll do a side-by-side. Wow. And fortunately, inside the box, all her weapons were protected by Autobot wrapping paper. That's awesome. Should I try and save it? I might try and save it, actually. That'd be funny. So, because her stuff was all protected, she did come with her little fan blade thing, which is very nice to see. She has her sword, which is different from the other ones. The other ones were just straight blades. Let me go ahead and, here we go. Here's the original. You pull it out, and it's a purple straight blade. They kept The hilt kind of the same, but gave her this cool flaming blade effect thing. Articulation. Dude, articulation's actually pretty good. So, she's got these hinges buried into the back here so she can move her wings back and forth. She can adjust her wings up and down, so you can put them pretty much wherever you want. Her little VTOL lift wing things can spin around. From the neck down, she's got just a straight up ball joint in the neck, but it gives her plenty of motion, even with that high collar and that sharp chin. She's got universal jointed shoulders. She's got an under the shoulder swivel, very decent elbow bend. I might get in there with a Dremel someday and carve out a little bit of that plastic. I like the placement of her fins on her arms so that they're like melee weapons. She's got swivels at the wrist. Very nice weight. Look at that waist joint. Just full on 360 if you're so inclined. She has a peg port right there on her hip, specifically for the sword. There's no other place to store the sword other than on either side of her hip. Universal jointed hips, so very nice and strong. Right at the hip swivel. Very nice knee bend, and if you're so inclined, you can break transformation and get her into a full-on double-jointed knee. Can you imagine getting knee slammed by that? That's a weapon right there. She's going to take somebody's head off with that thing. Oh, my goodness. And she's even got ankle tilts with some forward and backwards on her toe. And you can kind of use, that as part of keeping her stable also, which is very, dude. Yeah, she's got some good posability. Let's go ahead. Well, for one thing, let's go ahead and demonstrate that her sword can fit in her hand. Very nice. I wonder how they did this, because this appears to be dyed purple, but then this is clear and it's painted. So I don't know if they dyed part of the plastic and then painted over the dye, or if this is painted with a translucent paint, or I don't know. But transformation is interesting with this girl. So straighten her arms all out. Come up here to her backpack and open it up. Then flip it over her head. There's a double hinge in here, so you can make use of that to flip that around and get that over her head. These nose cones have to get pulled out and then straighten that out. And then we can just close that all up right there. Come back here to the legs. Keep the arms out of the way and keep the wings open and out of the way. Come back here to the legs, pin them together, and then using these panels, open these panels up here, then using those double, you see these type of hinges on all the Combiner War jet formers. It's lovely seeing them reuse transformation assets in this way. Okay, I am doing something wrong here, I think. Oh, nope, here we go. These hinges right here have to swivel around out there to get those out of the way. Then that locks in place. Turn her 180 degrees at the waist. Then we can close these panels up. The double hinges come into play again to close those panels up over her legs. Bring that fin out. We were using those as part of her feet earlier. Make sure that's pushed down. Straighten the arms out. Now, she is literally going to grab her ankles, dude. These parts are on the back of her shins. They have this poor girl grabbing her ankles to transform. That's inappropriate. There's these slots inside here with these tabs here. That's going to close and close, and that's her. She's got a very straightforward, let's pull down her landing gear. She does have weapon storage. There is these two holes on either side of her ankles proper that you can peg that into there. And there we have her in her very decent, very compact jet mode. So, yeah, we got the Legacy Deluxe WindBlade, this Legacy Cyberverse WindBlade in her vehicle mode, and I did a little bit of research, and yeah, this is directly inspired by the pocket-sized version of the toy, so I'm gonna have to track one of those down and do a video on her and compare her to this bigger, bulkier one. But I like what they've done with the wing blade design. Like, yeah, there's still some robot kibble. There's the arms, but the legs blend in a little bit better. The head's gone. Like, you could really just imagine the arm. Well, no, the wings are the little fins are there, so it's kind of hard to imagine the arms away at all. You can adjust that around. That's kind of cool. Let me go ahead and, oh, we got the flame effect coming out the back. Let me go ahead and bring in Film Noir Spider-Man. That flame effect gives her a little bit of extra height, doesn't it? Gonna bring in Scourge. And yeah, she's kind of out of scale next to a big rig. We got Hubcap. And of course, here is Soda Can. And we gotta bring in the car guys. Here is the Siege of Cybertron car guys. And no, we didn't bring in the other ones yet. So we've got the Thrilling 30 WindBlade. We've got the RID WindBlade. And we've got the Legacy WindBlade. And even in their vehicle modes, you can see how there was more so in their vehicle modes. You can see that there was a wide change in styles for this vehicle. Oh, let me adjust that camera again. So, and like, you can still see how the essence of the vehicle is still there across all three versions. It is a fighter attack craft. It's like a sleek version of Thrust. And I really do enjoy the way all three of them look together. And I am more looking forward to getting a Titan Return version. So, yeah, I like how they got rid of that horrible gap that was in the old 3031. I like how they bulked it out, but they molded everything together. They slimmed it out. There's not as much random junk. And it's a really good mold. Like, if you missed out on the Thrilling 31, go ahead and get yourself the Legacy one. It's a really good representation of the character. It's got strong joints. It's newer. It's got plenty of siege ports. I mean, there is one on each of the legs, one on each of the arms, one on each of the feet, and one on the back of each shoulder. So, like, if you're so inclined, you can really load her down with a whole bunch of guns. There's even a couple on each wing even. So, yeah, she would fit in really well in your Siege of Cybertron stuff. I'm going to go and wrap this up. I'm Colin. This has been Transformers Legacy Evolution Cyberverse Universe WindBlade. It's definitely worth picking up at your local Walmart if you can find it there. Alright, thanks for watching.